What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zcash today. And it is the first day of December, and we are sitting at about a $347 price. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. It's looking like we were wrong about Zcash, and I made a post on that on X.com yesterday talking about how, well, we made the wrong call, unfortunately. Yesterday, I did in my video say that I thought it was a great time to buy Zcash. As we were literally right here just below these lows. But I did say only if you put in very tight stop losses. I think, at this point, by the time you got below this low, if you had your stop losses set in the right way, you should have had it either at that low or somewhere around this low, stop losses engaged. You would have gotten hit a little bit, but you would have missed out on a good bit of this dump if that happened, and you're in a better position to invest now. Zcash, unfortunately, with how voluptuous this drop has been, doesn't really give you much time to react. 18.8% to the downside today. It's very possible this is the low. It's uncommon to reach for your 1272 in this way, not hit it, and then come back down. It's very uncommon. Statistically speaking, this is a very improbable outcome right here. So I think that we were right in assuming that we would go higher. The outcome just wasn't right, unfortunately, right? The TA suggested otherwise, that we would move higher, but it wasn't right ultimately. And here we are moving down with volume coming in. This is exactly what I said. If we saw, we would definitely become bearish at that point and no longer consider the 877 and $930 target a choice anymore, right? We have to rethink things. Now we are clearly in a consolidation phase. I do think we're at a good point to find support. Maybe this is even the low. Who knows? But just because it's the low doesn't mean that we move up to new all-time highs immediately or new relative highs immediately. We'll probably consolidate more before going higher. It could be the end of this month. It might even be January before you see higher prices than this. I do assume Zcash will see higher prices. I do assume that's going to happen still. And I think anybody who bought up here, you will be vindicated in time. But do keep in mind, again, we very strongly advocated against buying up here, and we did advocate selling here on this first attempt. We advocated buying back here. We advocated buying back here. We advocated buying back here. We did not advocate buying at the high. And then all these times advocating for the buy, we advocated for stop losses right there at the low too. So ideally, hopefully, if you did this right, even if you bought here and you were expecting the price to go higher like I was, even if you wrote it all the way back down basically like I did there, the stop losses should have saved you from seeing any kind of significant losses, right? This is why stop losses are important, right? You can't get them all right. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again, but we've had a good run with Zcash. We've had some correct calls for the most part, but I feel like lately, I think I've had 2 incorrect calls in a row, right? Here, the call was that we'd go up to 877. And then we were bullish all the way down up until here, right? And now we were wrong. So we were wrong with this call, and then we were wrong with this call here as well. But now here we are breaking below. Who cares? So you'll be wrong, you'll be right. If you think TA is going to make you a perfect crystal ball predictionist, that's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. And it made a lot of sense. We're moving down without volume. It made a lot of sense that we might find support here. People were bearish at the lows. It made a lot of sense. But nope, Bitcoin and the rest of the market took a dump. So I think really that's probably why you're seeing such a crazy drop today. 18% too is a little bit more than the average coin is dropping. I mean, what's the average coin dropping today? 7%. And the reason why you're dropping more is because you've got more to give back, right? You've got more people who panic bought up here. They FOMO'd, so now they're panic selling. They're adding to that pressure. You've got people who bought here, who bought here, who bought here, who are realizing that it's done, so they're taking profits. You've got that selling pressure, right? You've got people who are probably shorting this thing, making a play off of that. So there's that selling pressure. But from a low to a high, we have interacted with the 1272, 1414 area. It's very common to wick just below the 1414, close above it, and then you find support and you move up higher. This really could be the low. If not, $300 is a very solid possibility. And the main reason why I think that $300 will come in is, for one, you got the golden ratio here. I say the main reason. Let's give 3 reasons. Golden ratio right there, perfect area to buy. Also, prior areas of resistance here, prior areas of support there, perfect area to buy. And then, if we look at the weekly time frame, we take our low. Is it this low to this high? Yes. And our 236 is all the way there at about $300 as well. So there's a lot of significance there. If we don't hold 300, I want you to be aware, statistically speaking, by the way of the fibs, $170 would become our target, or even below there. Okay. Zcash has been technically now consolidating for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, for about a month. Well, I guess not 4 weeks. We're on our 4th week. I wasn't trying to do time. I was trying to do percentage. Let's see. And we've dropped overall 56%. If you were to drop down to the 236, that would be about a 60% drop. I think that's fine. I think that's pretty standard in crypto. And make no mistake, you can go just below the 236. That's fine. A little hair below the 236 is okay. But you don't want to see anything like if we saw something at 260 or lower, I might be very concerned at that point that we go to 170. So it's very important to stay conscious with this possibility of going lower. I don't think the low is in yet. I think it's possible that this is the low. It's very possible, but I don't think the low is in yet. I do think that we have lower to go. However, I don't think it'll be so simple as just moving down in one day. I think it'll take some time, right? It'll probably take some time. Looking at the 1 hour time frame here, building volume as you're coming down, as you're breaking out. It's a perfect breakout move. Decaying in volume as you're going lower tells me that we're probably going to cut back to the upside. I would assume where we go whenever we do revert back to the upside is probably right here. Another lower high in this trajectory. And then also you're finding resistance right there at prior support. It literally comes in line perfectly. Like, just check it out. Ready? If we were to draw a line here from the highs coming down and connect those highs there, and then we put a line right here, a horizontal line. Come on now. Like right here where we found support before. I guess it's not completely perfect here. Let's go right to the wicks. Right to the wicks down here. It's right there. You know, it's like right there. 440. We're at 350 now. Oops. We're at 350 now. We probably pump up about $100 before going lower, maybe less than $100, but something around there nonetheless. Okay, 4 hour time frame. Looking at the, did we look at the indicators on the 1 hour time frame? Bullish divergence on the RSI. Stochastics look good. The MACD is bullish divergence too, and you're making that move now. You can still go lower, but you look like you're at a low point here. The RSI is very oversold. Stochastics are oversold, and the MACD looks bad as well. So the 4 hour suggesting that there is probably lower to go. We can bounce here, right? You're very oversold. You likely don't just keep pushing down. I mean, dude, getting below a 10 is crazy, which is what you did here. Typically, whenever you get this low, you do see lower lows, but you should come back up again, and then maybe you form some bullish divergence. So we might see a little high and then a lower low, and we get the bullish divergence there. That should be our low at about $300. That's my thoughts. That will come in line directly with a breakout of this downtrend that we've been in. I think it would look good. So unfortunately, while we've been wrong about the drop, now that we've come to light that the drop is real, there's really not much left to worry about, right? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but whereas yesterday I was saying it was a good time to buy here at these levels, but with a tight stop loss, right? Now I'd say it's a good time to buy and just DCA. You don't really need to worry about a stop loss. I mean, I don't know, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, do whatever you want, but I mean, we could drop to 170. There's that possibility, so keep that in mind. I think there's a very solid chance that we find support around $300, just above, just below, whatever, but right there. Very solid probability that's the outcome. Just because we find support there doesn't mean that we're rallying immediately. I would expect that this takes time to recover, probably most of December to recover. But being here at $350, it's probably a really good time to buy. And if you bought here, and then you had tight stop losses and you sold here or higher, somewhere between here or higher, maybe it was the 4 hour closing low, maybe it was the wicking low as soon as you broke below, whatever, but if you had stop losses, you could buy here. You could buy more than what you bought up here, and you're at a lower price. You're probably going to get more gains as time goes on. But I think if you're patient, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I think if you're patient, you can get prices down at $300. But I would expect first we probably move up to about, again, somewhere around, let's say 420 to 450, somewhere in there. And then we probably come back down, make that final plunge down to $300. We'll probably see that happen either this week or next week, that we'll find the low. And then for the rest of the month, we start to recover. I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Take care of yourselves. And again, TA, you're not going to get things perfect. And that's why I think stop losses are important. You need to have these levels that you pay attention to, that you regard. I was saying that we could close a little bit below here and still reverse back if we close the next day back above it. But I did say if we close 2 days below that we like the R breaking out here, that we like the R going lower. It's just unfortunate that the second day here is at such a cost to that opportunity, right? 18% to the downside. But that's why we use stop losses, man. And this is, I really do think that this is a good place to buy. I mean, relatively speaking, this is actually a really good area to buy. But I wouldn't be surprised if we dropped another 10 to 15% from here. And maybe more. Man, if we drop all the way to 170, that'd be kind of crazy, but it can happen. Crypto's crazy, you guys. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Ultimately, I do believe that Zcash is going to go higher. We will see prices that are worth $5,000 to $10,000 by the end of the cycle. $2,500, I think, is the minimum target we have. Let me see. High to low. I keep saying goodbye, but not goodbye. Hold on. I had a sneeze. Whew. $2,600 to $10,000. This is the ultimate target by the end of this cycle. So sometime probably in early 2026, if not mid 2026. Take care. See you later. Bye.